California's major parade events, this year featuring that outstanding group from Villa Park. Please welcome your Marching Spartans! Thunder! Good evening, everybody. Well, we've been on the parade route there with a little taste of Klaxon, our competition march for this year, and a little performance by our color guard. And that was our fight song, which we play frequently at all of our football games because we play it every time the team scores. And our multi-year championship team scores a lot. So at any time during the game, you could hear that call and that fight song go. And there's another one that we play all the time, and it's as many collegiate programs do. We have a first down number, which we also play a lot, much to the chagrin of the cheerleaders, who have their little box routine they do to this very, very frequently. And that's called Mr. Touchdown for First Down.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, so now as we go through the rest of the evening, you are at Fred Kelly Stadium. It's much nicer here than it is currently at the stadium. But at any time, should the game in play result in a score or result in a first down, then they're going to have to play, just as they do at Fred Kelly Stadium. So at any time in the evening... They watched. And that's part of our job at the football game, is to provide that spirit and that emphasis, just like they do with the big collegiate programs out there. We have a great deal of fun doing it, and so do the boosters and all the families that come with us. Now, should the game start to slow down, once we get ahead by about 64, 68 points, sometimes the game isn't that exciting. So that we know that that's the time that we need to fill in some excitement. So we could play something like...
Number 1, 2, 3, 4.
Just when the cheerleaders think they can rest.
Number 2, 2, 3, 4.
Horns up. Ah, they already are.
Horns down. Hurry. Rip.
Oh, this is a great group of kids to work with. We've been out here for a couple of weeks now working very, very hard. And we're pleased to be able to preview the first 2 numbers in our field show for you a little bit later on tonight. But I need to recognize the rest of the staff that's been working out here for the 2.5 weeks with these fine young students to put together what you see tonight, which is only the tip of the iceberg. We're a very comprehensive program. Multiple concert groups, multiple jazz groups. How many of you enjoyed the jazz combo on the way in? Yeah. We took a little bit of time off over the summer. We only did the 4th of July parade, played at Disneyland, and played with the superintendent in the last 3 weeks. So it's great fun having this kind of talent to work with. That's one of many jazz combos that we have, multiple jazz bands, string orchestras, the marching band, the drum and bugle corps, and frequently little specialized ensembles that a lot of folks call for, and we're more than happy to put together and put out there. The kids actually help raise money by playing their horns, which I think is okay, and much better than selling cookies, which the Girl Scouts have the market on anyways. So I want to recognize some staff members. I'd like to start with our assistant director this year, Mr. Nate Bailey. Is he in the up here? A graduate of California State University, Long Beach, as am I. Funny how that worked out. They're the 49ers, and no, I was not in the original class of 1949. 50. But he's our assistant director, and fortunately for us, his concentration has been in vocal music. He's been in marching band his entire career and plays trumpet wonderfully, but that vocal concentration is really a benefit to us as we move forward with our jazz vocal program as part of our comprehensive system that we have here. Working with our color guard, and in the back of the house is Brittany Avajian back there. Our color guard is on fire. They medaled in championships last year. We're looking forward to them medaling again. Britt was on board with that. She's come back to us this year. They have been working all summer. All summer, multiple rehearsals a week. So let's give it up for the color guard. And then we have some other folks giving us a big hand too. He's a little under the weather and at home tonight, but John Johnson returns as our studio instructor, who's providing some fundamental instruction in semi-private lessons for all of our freshmen, and then other people as they desire. And that's just a freebie to you. Normally private, semi-private lessons are about $40 a half an hour. But we're affording that to you as part of the program's offering, particularly to our new members, so that they can get up to J-speed and perform with us. And we're glad to have John back. We also have with us on our technical side, and we're incorporating more and more technology. You kind of heard that as a recurring theme last year at the concerts. And we certainly have technology involved here tonight. And returning as an alumni member of our staff, we have Mr. David Marsh. Probably doesn't want to leave the board back there. And then we've got on our staff who handles all of our logistics and all of our wardrobe and all of our uniforms, and she, well, 6 or 7 times a day I'm yelling, Amanda, to get something done. And that's Amanda Lloyd over here. And then returning on a volunteer basis, and we're glad to have her back. She has her own private instruction studio out in town. She's been working with a number of our sections, Miss Becky English. That's all the that work with your kids so that we can have a lot of progress and do everything that we do, which is parades, home games, away games, concerts. We have a major concert every single month this year. In October, in September, on the 11th, we have the 9/11 performance at the Nixon Presidential Library. October 16th, we have our singing concert, and that's a country western theme this year, so break out your boots. In November, we have Veterans Day performances, and then in December, our big holiday gala. So in addition to the home games and away games and the parades, we have all of that as well. And it keeps the staff and these kids very busy. But they're up for it. They've come a long ways in band camp so far, and we've got a long ways to go, but they're going to do great. They're going to do great. And what we'd like to do for you now is just talk a little bit about, there's the ball. The ball's been snapped. It's a good 10-yard gain.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Not bad. Normally once a teacher, yeah, go ahead. Normally, once the teacher starts talking, they just zone out. But they tend to pay attention here. That's a good thing. Thank you. Horns down. Chris Beatty and I wanted to take just a moment and talk with you about the importance of those band packs, because there's many layers of funding that happen here to support the program. Now, that first layer of funding comes from our school district, and they give us all that they can. Not all that they should, but they give us all that they can. And if we were to represent that layer of funding to you, it might sound something like this. Something less than a full amount of funding.
We're also fortunate to be able to get great support from our school side principal and administration.
That's right. And if we were to represent musically what the support from the school here sounds like, it might sound like this.
It sounds pretty good.
Yeah, well, it does, but it's not a complete chord. Nor is it the complete funding picture, because we need that funding from you. Without your funding, we don't have the complete picture, and we can't go and we can't do. So if we add in that all-important booster funding, your donations, your support, your participation, it could sound like this. Of course, if you don't help us, it could sound like this.
Thank you. We're not sounding like that. Took your box. Okay. I hope our little demonstration there has helped you understand the critical role that your financial support plays in our group here. Pie charts are available from the treasurer. Luis, can you raise your hand again? As you exit there, if you're interested in finding out where all the money goes to. The Booster Club is the lion's share of support for this group. It's not cheap to get buses, it's not cheap to repair uniforms, and it's virtually all done by you, the parents, and us, the Booster Club. So thank you very much for your support, folks. The last thing that I really need to do here as a course of business for the Booster Club tonight is to have the budget that was prepared and submitted by the board to be approved by the general membership. So right now, could I call for a motion to approve the budget?
Motion to approve the budget.
Do I hear a second? All right, thank you very much, James and Heidi, for motion and second. So we have approved our budget for the next fiscal year, and other than adjourning the meeting, that's all I got to say. Meeting is adjourned.
All right, let's go back to Fred Kelly Stadium, where it's halftime and about time for the Marching Spartans. And that would go something like this.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Villa Park High School in the heart of the Orange Unified School District, under the field direction of drum majors John Simon Parent and Mia Rulo, please welcome your Marching Spartans and their field show, Sports.
I agree. That's a lot to have accomplished in 2 weeks. We started at ground zero, and we're well on our way. We still have another complete tune to do to add to the field show, so keep coming to the games. You haven't seen it all yet. And support us by going to those parades, coming to the concerts and all of that. They do a great job, and they want to do it for you, by the way. You're their most important audience member. So, Chris, do you have a few more announcements to make? Okay.
Just a few reminders on things coming up. September 11th is the first performance this year. It's going to be at the Nixon Library. The full group is too large, as you might notice, and so there will be a smaller ensemble participating at that. It's a very moving 9/11 ceremony, folks. If you have an opportunity to go, it's very, very worthwhile. September 12th, the very next day, we're putting together a tailgate party for the first home football game. We're going to get a sign-up going around soon. Meet at the school for the party, then take a bus over to the game, have some grills going so you can burn some hot dogs or whatever, and they go over to the game as a group. We'd love to have fill up a section of the stands with band boosters, so please join us for that. Fundraisers. Fundraisers is designated restaurant dates for a dining experience with a flyer from us. We'll kick a percentage of your meal purchase back to the March and Spartans program. Our first one will be at Ricardo's, my favorite restaurant, on September 16th. So please watch for an email with a flyer for that. We have student band t-shirts, program t-shirts available back there. It costs us $10 per shirt for them. All the kids are going to get one for free, and we're encouraging them to have another one because sometimes the boys get a little smelly. And adults can certainly buy them as well. They're a great way to get the program noticed, and it looks great to everybody out there in a program shirt. Booster shirts are also available for purchase, these fine things here that you see. And so it'd be a great thing to have for the tailgate party. We can come up and fill a stand and all be wearing our booster shirts and look very, very official and very noticed. Let's see, it's... What else do I have here? Oh, profile sheets. We need to make sure that we have current and up-to-date information available from all of you so that we do a lot of field trip kind of things, and we certainly need to be able to get in touch with you quickly. Most of our communication for general stuff is by email. We're very cognizant of the costs of doing things, and often if we send a sheet home with little Billy or Susie, it ends up in the bottom of the backpack until spring cleaning time, so it doesn't really do the job. We're just cognizant of the cost, so pay attention to those emails from Janice if you would please, and there's always pertinent information there. That is about it for the immediately upcoming things. So thank you very much for your patience and for your attention while I'm yammering on here endlessly, and I'll turn it back over to Major Chuck Jenkins.
Thank you, and thank you, Chris, who's your booster president this year. Now, the most important part of the evening is the announcement that there are snacks in the back that the boosters provided, baked at home, and have brought for you to enjoy tonight. It's just another way that you can help us out. It's for your parents. But you'd better be quick. Okay. One more time, if you'd recognize these students, I'm very proud of what they've done so far.